They're not the faces of a franchise, not your typical household names. Meet the Phoenix Suns bench.
Barbosa all the way. What a performance by the second unit of the Phoenix Suns.
They were unbelievable. I mean, they really pick us apart. It was kind of embarrassing.
Dragic knocks it down. That's the capper right there. A sensational night.
Steve who?
Goran Dragic had a fourth quarter for the ages, and the Suns now stand one win away from the conference finals. San Antonio's burden, a heavy one. Down 3-0, faced with a task that has never been accomplished in NBA playoff history. Tonight, they'll have to play a desperate brand of ball to stay alive.
We're going to have a perfect game. 48 minutes at a great intensity and without mistakes.
It's win or go home. Suns, Spurs, Game 4, next.
On the brink of elimination, the San Antonio Spurs are reaching for anything and everything to force another game. From their sellout crowd to the pride that comes with 4 NBA championships. They'll need it all against the Phoenix Suns in Game 4 of this Western Conference semifinal playoff game. With Hall of Famer Doug Collins and Marty Snyder, Kevin Harlan a look now at the Taco Bell starting lineups. The Suns bench has garnered as much praise as the Stars. Grant Hill, though, has had a terrific series so far. The Spurs, with a lot riding on Manu Ginobili's performance, will need a collective effort, Doug Collins, to play another day.
Well, you just think about the championships. Manu Ginobili with 3, the brilliant guard here. You know he wants to live to fight another day. Down 3-0 for the first time since the 2000 West Finals. Tim Duncan has only been swept one time in his career, 13 seasons. That Game 4, they lost to the Lakers by 29. Tony Parker with 3 championships. Got a little bit of a sore shoulder. He knows you got to play today. There might not be another one. And Greg Popovich, who before the game talked to you and I, Kevin, and he was almost like, just let us get to Game 5. Let us put some pressure on this Phoenix Sun team. You know the heart and pride are there. Are they going to have enough gas in the tank? Phoenix has been getting stronger as the game has gone on. And the Spurs have tended to die out as the fourth quarter's gone on. So can they make it a 48-minute game here today at home?
In Game 3, we saw a Phoenix 110-96 win. Suns trailed for 3 quarters, trailed by as many as 18. It was a 32-point swing in Game 3. Doug, they've come back from double-digit deficits in this series, like they've done this season, to force this Game 4, and we'll see what happens tonight. A closeout game for Phoenix.
Well, when you look at the Spurs, the last 2 games, they've gotten off to very good starts. They've been up by 9 at the end of both, in both games at the end of the first quarter. And they had double-digit leads in both of those games. You talked about the comebacks because the Suns have been very resilient, and they have been very confident in all 3 games.
Our officials tonight, Monty McCutcheon, Bob Delaney, along with Jason Phillips, and with the shot clock down to 7. Duncan and Parker with the trap. Here comes Hill, screened by Collins. Grant Hill can't get it to go. It's off of Stoudemire. It's off of the Suns. And here come the San Antonio Spurs.
I expect Amar'e Stoudemire to have a lot of energy to start this game. He sat on the bench the entire fourth quarter of the night. He and Jason Richardson. Steve Nash played only 3 minutes, but Amar'e the other night, 3 of 10, 7 points. He did have 8 rebounds and 4 assists, and had some good defense in that third quarter when the Suns made their push.
Stoudemire picks up his first personal foul. Here is a McDyess shot, and Stoudemire came out to close, and Antonio McDyess, who they have allowed to shoot, and he's had some nice scoring games in this series, comes up with 2 right there. Hill picked up by Parker. They have Jefferson on Richardson. The driving, beautiful play by Jason Richardson. He's been terrific in this series.
He sure has. He has elevated his play. Nash, Amar'e, all 3 of those guys playing great, and the bench has been beautiful. It's the over-the-top pass to Duncan and the easy score. So 2 well-executed plays by the Spurs to start the game.
Duncan and Parker once again come out on Nash. Here is Richardson, this time picked up by Ginobili. Now McDyess rotating around. Shot clock at 10. It's a pass inside to Collins. Nice knockaway. Shot clock is down to 5. Nash, Richardson for 3. And he has been terrific from 3-point territory. Ginobili with the rebound. How do you think they're going to play Manu tonight?
Well, they're going to continue to try to corral him. You're going to see Jaron Collins with that foul. They don't want to trap him. What they want to do is corral him. They want to show the big guy the guard and just sort of build a wall. Here's the over-the-top pass we talked about to Duncan. A little pump fake. He actually got Jason Richardson and Grant Hill both in the air. We talked to Greg Popovich before the game. They're going to move him around tonight, get him in more situations where not so many screen rolls, a little isolation like he has here where they can't double team him.
Back inside, right on the doorstep, puts up another as Collins moments ago picked up his first personal foul and 2 minutes gone with the Spurs on top by 4.
Trying to give Manu a little bit more freedom tonight without the Suns being able to double team him.
It's Nash inside to Collins. Jaron Collins finding 2. Great pass by Nash. And here's Tony Parker, sore right shoulder. And taking inside, driving in the lane. We have not seen the domination by the driving guards, Ginobili and Parker inside, but when they do get in there, they usually find success.
Well, that's always a key when you play the Spurs. Keep those guards out of the paint.
Here is Hill. He finds a trap that's picked off by Ginobili on Phoenix's first turnover. The Spurs have started 4 of 4. Jefferson and Parker, who's having a hard time raising that right shooting arm of his up with that fall he took in game 3. Hurt his back, hurt his elbow, but his shoulder is the real issue here. Collins sliding into Duncan. And McDyess picks up the rebound.
Now the Spurs want to push the tempo, but they don't want to take quick jump shots, Kev. They want to get the ball inside just like this early in the offense and get high percentage shots. They do not want to run for quick jump shots.
Jefferson had the mismatch he wanted against Collins, and here comes Steve Nash on for the Spurs, 4 of 6 from the floor. Looking for Stoudemire with the turnover right there for the Phoenix Suns. That is his second with the look at Alvin Gentry. He's done a masterful job with this Phoenix team.
Well, he's built the bench. He's established tremendous confidence in Amari Stoudemire. They have a great relationship, the two of them. Amari's doing more things for this team. What he's done with Dragic has been amazing. They have a bench now. They're playing defense. So Alvin Gentry's created a real culture. You heard Charles Barkley talking about that in the studio before the game.
McDyess with a screen on Hill, but missed 2 by Ginobili and picked up by Richardson. We've seen a lot of the numbers of scores over 20 points. This team has been virtually unbeatable in the playoffs, certainly, and during the regular season. Across the lane, Stoudemire coming off an uncharacteristic 7-point game in game 3. Parker down the lane. Doug has now put in 2 in the paint.
And Alvin Gentry's not going to be happy with that. The defense here has been very soft. I think he's going to take an early timeout. Talk to his team about their defense, especially transition defense. Just inline to inline. Parker, we've seen him do that twice here early in this ball game.
He scored 2 baskets inside, a total of 4, and that is good news for San Antonio. And that is an early score, 4 minutes into this game. Right now, time for the Cold Hard Facts presented by Coors Light. Doug Collins, key to the game. Coach, take it away.
Well, Psyche, we know the Spurs had championship pride. We talked about that. But for Phoenix, it should be get her done. Get her done today. Get a week's rest going into the conference finals. And, you know, only bad things happen when you play more games. Pace of the game, Spurs 4-0 when the opponent scores under 100. And they have not been able to slow the Suns down. The Suns have scored at least 110 against them 6 times this year, of which they're 5-1. That 3-point line, the Suns 48%, plus 12 points per game for the series, and the bench. The Suns bench has been the decisive factor in both games 2 and 3.
Neither team made a break coming out of that timeout. No changes. Staying with their starting 5, both sides. Grant Hill missing on a 3. Picked up by McDyess, and here comes Tony Parker. He has started 2 of 3. Into Nash, out to Ginobili with his second shot. Defended by Richardson, who races the other way with a quick leak out, and he can't convert on the breakaway at the other end. Parker, mismatch on Collins. Oh, Tony Parker has scored all 6 of his points inside the lane.
Well, when he gets into the lane like that, that shoulder doesn't become nearly a factor when he's shooting jump shots. It's going to be a foul here on Duncan. The other night in the game, Kevin, he had 10 points in the paint, Parker did. He was 5 of 17, which means he did not make an outside jump shot. So you got to give him some space and try to see how that shoulder is going to be when he has to shoot jump shots. The other night, he said he was short on every shot after he took that fall. And in fact, Kevin, when he took that fall, they went through a stretch, the Spurs, where I thought the air was let out of the building and their team. They missed 9 free throws in the first quarter. The first half, Duncan and Parker missed 8. They were 4 of 12. And that 9 points was the difference in the Suns being down only 6